Take a slow, deep breath, let it out, and notice how your chest rises and falls. If you're here, you know the unique pain of growing up in a family where love was conditional, affection was a bargaining chip, and your sense of self was shaped by someone else's needs and moods. Maybe you learned early to tiptoe around a parent's anger, to hide your feelings, or to become the peacemaker, the overachiever, or the invisible child. Maybe you still feel the tension in your shoulders, that knot in your stomach, that urge to shrink or disappear when conflict arises. Even all these years later, narcissistic family dynamics leave deep marks. They teach us to doubt our own perceptions, to question our worth, to believe that love must always be earned and never simply given. You might remember moments when your achievements were dismissed, your pain minimized, or your boundaries bulldozed. You might still hear that critical voice in your head, echoing things you were told as a child. You're too sensitive. You're selfish. You'll never be good enough. But here's the truth. You are not too sensitive. You are not selfish. You are not broken. You are a survivor of a family system that asked you to abandon yourself to keep the peace, to keep love, or simply to stay safe. Healing from narcissistic family dynamics is a journey, a slow, sometimes messy process of coming home to yourself. It starts with recognizing the patterns. Maybe you notice you're drawn to people who remind you of your parent or sibling, the ones who make you work for approval, who leave you feeling small or unseen. Maybe you struggle to set boundaries, to say no, or to speak your truth without fear of backlash. Maybe you find yourself over-explaining, apologizing for things that aren't your fault, or feeling guilty for wanting something different. The first step is awareness. Notice these patterns without judgment. They were survival strategies, clever ways your younger self found to navigate a difficult world. Thank that part of you for keeping you safe, and then gently ask, what do I need now? What would it look like to choose myself, just for today? Your body is a powerful ally on this journey. Notice where you hold old tension, maybe in your jaw, your neck, your belly. When you feel triggered or anxious, pause. Place a hand on your heart or your stomach. Breathe deeply and remind yourself, I am safe now. I am allowed to take up space. I am allowed to have needs. Reparenting yourself is a powerful practice. Think about what you longed to hear as a child. Maybe it was, I'm proud of you. You're lovable just as you are. It's okay to make mistakes. Speak these words to yourself, out loud or in your journal. You can become the loving, supportive presence you always needed. Boundaries are essential in healing from narcissistic families. You may feel guilt or fear when you start to set them. That's normal. Start small. Maybe it's saying no to a conversation that always leaves you drained. Maybe it's limiting contact or choosing not to share certain parts of your life. Remember, boundaries aren't about punishment. They're about protection and self-respect. Forgiveness is a complicated word in this context. You don't have to forgive anyone before you're ready, or ever, if it doesn't feel right. What matters is releasing yourself from the grip of the past, letting go of the hope that things could have been different, and accepting what is. You don't have to carry their pain or their story anymore. Community is vital. Find people who understand, whether it's a therapist, a support group, or friends who have walked a similar path. You are not alone. There are others who know this pain, who are learning to heal, who can remind you of your worth when you forget. As you heal, you may grieve, not just what happened, but what never did. The childhood you wished for, the unconditional love you deserved. Let yourself feel that grief. It's a sign of your courage and your capacity to love deeply. And remember, you are allowed to build a new family, a chosen family of people who see you, accept you, and celebrate you as you are. You are allowed to create new traditions, new ways of loving and being loved. Healing from narcissistic family dynamics isn't about erasing the past. It's about reclaiming your future. It's about learning to trust yourself, to honor your needs, and to show up for the child inside you who is still waiting to be chosen. If this resonates with you, share a word in the comments that represents your healing, maybe freedom, self-love, or rebirth. Subscribe and join our community as we continue to grow, heal, and reclaim our lives together. You are not alone. You are not broken. You are becoming whole, one breath, one boundary, one act of self-love at a time. Your story is not over. You are writing a new chapter, one where you are the hero.